Hey, you are watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I am here, Lisa, doing another reading. This is the Angels and Ancestors deck, which I just got, and like first reading out of the box, like it was like kind of profound. Oh my gosh, this is so wild. Okay, so I just did the split. Wow, this is really, really wild. Okay, so I think we have this white buffalo calf woman, but we have peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. And then we have, this came out in the last reading, so I think that's pretty. Broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. So that's interesting. Because it speaks to kind of resolving a conflict, and that was kind of coming out in the last one, and it was like broken arrow came out in that one too, and it was like, you know, kind of like all about like sort of standing in your truth, but like not really engaging anything other than that, just like being focused on the truth. And so this is sort of like almost like the next step in like a negotiation, because it's like, okay, your truth has been spoken, and so now you kind of have to let go of it. Like, that's your truth. You don't need to be right for everyone. Like, that might not be everyone's truth. It's your truth. And so but you know, like, the world is bigger than one person's truth. Like, that's kind of the whole thing, you know. So that's kind of what I'm getting from that. But then when I did the Sacred Forest and I did the split, we got Standing Stones, Passage. So this is really interesting. And we got Secret Spring, Success. It's like she's being led by this lantern, this like fairy. So it's like, what I just got is, so it's like someone is like walking through this portal to like a more successful incarnation, but like what I just got was kind of this like embracing the energy of peace and letting go of the need to be right. Is like, what's really important during this passage is to not get hung up on negativity, because there's gonna be this conflict that's like, I think sort of blocking this passage. And in order to like move through this conflict, the advice is to, you know, put your truth out there and then just try to be as positive as possible. Your truth might, there's been all these readings leading up to this about like this truth disrupting the apple cart. Like, I'm gonna link some of them up here. Also, the full moon reading was speaking to something along that lines too. So it's like, whatever this truth is, it's going to just be super disruptive. And there's going to be a lot of conflict because of that. So like, the whole trick is to not engage that conflict and not engage the negativity, because basically that's what's going to block your passage. So, and right underneath, when I picked up the passage, we got acceptance. So like, the thing is if you're like hung up on being right and like engaging the conflict, like you're actually going to block your passage to this greater thing. So like, you really want to be conscious of how you're spending your energy, and like not you need to spend it wisely and not spend it on that, because there's like a really good opportunity here if you can like walk through, but you're going to be blocked if you get like sucked into the quicksand, you know. So all right, so then I'm doing the Curious Creatures now. So this is a new deck. And when I pulled that split out, we got the Three of Cups and we got the Chariot. So it's almost like there's going to be a reuniting of maybe people from the past, and that it's like almost going to like lift someone up so that they have the strength to overcome whatever situation is here. So it's like there's a passage out of some sort of situationship. It's going to require you to speak your truth. I think that truth is ultimately, if you don't allow yourself to be blocked, going to connect you with some other resources which are going to enable you to move on. But the whole thing is like you don't want to be stuck in this situation. Like you want to move on. So it's like, I mean, it seems counterintuitive in a way, but the whole way to do that is to like raise your vibration. So getting sucked into a conflict with people who you're never not on the same page with is not going to achieve that. Like, so it's really tempting, you know, to get into a conflict with people like that you don't agree with, you know, because you can get really triggered. But actually, that's not your way out. Like, because ultimately, then that's just gonna like suck you back into that sort of vibration. Like you want to let it go and like elevate your vibration so that you're gonna attract the help that you need to like move on. Okay, so yeah, so like I got the king, when I did the split just now, I got the King of Wands and I got the Eight of Cups. So yeah, like this King of Wands is like sort of like a totally, you know, vibrating high, like powerful person that's going to like, this is the Eight of Cups, like allow you to leave like this situation behind. Like, see, she's like moving on. She's just like, yep, like I got better things to do than get sucked into this conflict. So I think that's really, really good advice, and it can be really hard to remember in difficult moments. Okay, so I just pulled out the Transient Light Tarot. And when I pulled this out, the split that I got was the Proclaimer, which is like the Hierophant, and we got the Ten of Swords. So it's just sort of like, there was a reading that I just did, and it was called I Fought the Law and the Law Won. Like the law is being laid down, and it's just like putting an end to this situation. And it's interesting because this butterfly is emerging on the other side of that. So it's like, you know, let the pieces fall. Put your truth out there. Let the pieces fall. Don't engage the conflict. That's going to be your path to success in this. I mean, what looks to be a pretty chaotic. I mean, it's a passage. It's like a chaotic moment. Okay, so I'm going to just pull a few out of this Sands of the Hourglass deck. Okay, wow, we got the Chariot again. So it's two chariots that have come out. Okay, so we got the Revealer. This is the High Priestess in the traditional deck. So it's like, trust your intuition, because we have three cards that came out. We got the Ace of Wands. This is a passionate, fiery new start. We got the Chariot. This is sort of like reclaiming your power, stepping into your power. And we have the Two of Swords, which is kind of like, it's like dissonance and a blockage. So it's just sort of like, really there's like two paths that can come out of this, like a passionate, fiery new beginning, or you can kind of be stuck in this cycle, you know? And so it's really, really important to follow your intuition and, you know, and that being your guidance towards this higher path. That's like a really strong message that's coming through on this reading. Don't get sucked into the drama. It's not worth it, like, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Rose and we'll pick a final card for this reading. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty powerful moment. And it's really up to you, like, how you're gonna play it, you know? So, you really wanna, like, embrace the power of this moment and ride the wave towards the outcome that is gonna be best for you. And, you know, don't get sucked into some kind of drama with folks that ultimately are probably going to be stuck in this moment while you're going to move on. Like, it's really, really, really important. Really, really, really important. Okay, oh my gosh, this came out in the last reading. After the rain is at the bottom of the deck. Silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. So light's shining down off. So yeah, there's going to be this huge kerfuffle. But, you know, keep your eye on the prize. Keep moving through and don't engage any negativity. Don't engage any negativity. Like, very, very important message. And then we got healing is happening. You are not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. So yeah, this person has like guidance. They have protection. It looks like there's like these ancestors that are like presiding over this person as they walk through this sort of passage. Like, it's okay. Like, trust the process. It's like in the moment where like your foundation that you know, is sort of crumbling, it can be really unsettling. But know that you're like protected, and trust the process, because this is ultimately going to lead to like, you know, sort of like redemption and like a new beginning that's really beautiful. So keep the faith, keep moving, stay positive.